Hello, my name is Cheryl Swallow and I'm a professional and academic development tutor at the University of Bedfordshire. So I'm here to talk to you today about being an independent learner and critical thinking, which are two really important parts of being a university student. So I will just briefly explain to you how to become an independent learner and how to develop your critical thinking skills. So being an independent learner means taking responsibility for your learning. It means reviewing your academic skills regularly and being disciplined and prepared to change behaviours. So, for example, you may know that you are good at reading and writing and maths and so on. If you're a student who takes responsibility, you will revisit these skills regularly and consider how well you're doing with those skills. How strong you are, say, with writing skills. How good is your grammar and punctuation? How good is your paragraph structuring? And do you take notice of the feedback you get from your teachers? And act upon that feedback. Being responsible for your learning means being honest about the studying habits that you have. For example, are you someone who actively researches for more information, or do you just read what's been recommended? If you read more, you will broaden your knowledge and strengthen your understanding. Are you organised? Do you plan your work, keep a schedule of tasks, and have plenty of time to review and edit your work before deadlines? Or do you leave writing assignments to the very last moment? Are you disciplined and able to resist unnecessary distractions? Or are you someone who's easily distracted by your friends, by social media, Netflix, and other things, as we know? And do you rely on your memory for exams? Or are you very organised and use a variety of revision techniques to keep your studying active? Having said all that, being an independent learner doesn't mean that you're on your own. You're not expected to know everything straight away, and you're not expected to work out everything on your own. So being independent means knowing when you need to seek support and finding that support. So that might be by using study support tutors or student information or university self-help guides or study skills books. So at the University of Bedfordshire, there is a department called Study Hub, and Study Hub supports students in these ways. So we see students by going into courses and delivering workshops, and we also see students on a one-to-one basis and support them with their skills. So students bring their assignments to us and we can advise them on how to structure a paragraph or whether they've included information that is clear for their tutors to understand. And that way you can develop your skills and improve your marks or your grades in your work. So just to recap, being an independent learner means taking responsibility for your learning and recognising the skills you need to develop and seeking advice and guidance to support you. At university, regardless of the subjects you take, you will be expected to think critically about information and write in a way that shows you have thought about the information in a deep and meaningful way. We do this in everyday life, but transferring that skill to academic work can be more challenging. We can apply critical thinking to any topic, but let's think of an everyday topic such as buying a car. Let's imagine you've been gifted £8,000 for a second-hand car, which would be very nice, wouldn't it? Which one are you going to buy? Here are some options that you're considering. You may decide to go for the one that you like the look of. And if I asked you to describe the car, you would probably tell me about the shape and the colour, the wheel hubs, that it is a convertible or not, etc. And those details will give me a good idea of what the car looked like. If I asked you to critically evaluate the car, you would consider different aspects of the car and explain how each aspect affects something else. For example, how they fit with regards your income, how convenient the models are regards carrying passengers, such as older people or children, and so on. To be clear about suitability, you would do much more research to support your ideas and come up with a good outcome. In a similar way to buying a car, analysing theory, research, or situations means breaking down the information into parts and considering how each part fits together. Evaluate by weighing up the strengths and weaknesses or advantages and disadvantages, and consider what the outcome would be if the parts were changed. I hope this has helped to give you some ideas about being an independent learner and introduced you to the idea of thinking critically about information, pulling it apart and analysing the parts to see how it fits together, and evaluating by weighing up all those different aspects and making a judgment on an outcome. So thank you for listening, and please leave me any questions which I will respond to. Thank you.